What up, Taurus? This is Ari, your quantum oracle, tarot and divination services. For my Taurus peeps, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, I wanted to try something new. I have been gone for a little bit, just kind of in a hermit mode, really not really fucking with no one because that's just how I get recently. Um, going through my own thing and trying to transform and metamorph into the highest possible version of myself, and connecting with, who I really am. And so during this transformation, I came up with the idea maybe I could do like a Venus and retrograde series. So every time Venus goes into retrograde, because I am a Taurus sun rising, and my Venus is conjunct my North Node in Gemini, which is, speaking and over technology and stuff like that. I just felt compelled to offer that. If it works, great. If not, then, hey, whatever, life goes on. So, Taurus, I did a pre-shuffle for you, and just to kind of get an idea of what a theme could be during this Venus retrograde, because Venus deals with harmony, love, union, our personal relationships, arts, fashion, friendliness, social graces, romance, money, our values, our wealth, beauticians, beautiful gardens, things that we just look at as aesthetically pleasing, Venusian in nature, and Venus going retrograde and making contact with Pluto, which deals with elimination, eruptive changes, unconscious buried emotions, criticism, psychological problems, clearing out items no longer wanted or needed, big money, inheritance, because Pluto is scorpionic in nature. It deals with the themes of Scorpio. And it can be extreme. Pluto it's like a major, right? And so transiting through Capricorn, that puts this particular, anybody who has a Taurus rising sign, this would be in your ninth house. And your ninth house deals with like Sagittarius themes, Sagittarius people, Sagittarius energy, which is religion, higher education, law, philosophy, foreign trips, your third child, possibly your in-laws, your father, your teachers, gurus, your second commitment. And so how are these things going to be affected by the transits of Venus in retrograde in Capricorn at this time? Okay, so I did a pre-shuffle, and just to get an idea, because I feel like this is what you could have been dealing with during the shadow period, because the Venus in retrograde doesn't actually begin until December the 19th, and it's going to last for 4 months. The transit, I'm not sure about it being in retrograde. I think it could be the retrograde. The last retrograde we had, oh my gosh, it happened in May, around May 15th. And this was epic for me, especially because it happened while Venus was at the 21st degree, 22 degrees of Gemini, and I have my Venus and my North Node conjunct Taurus in my second house. In Gemini. And so it was pretty profound for me. So anyhow, this particular time period, I feel like you could have been dealing with like a deep reflection of your inner workings, your inner process, your emotions with the moon card. Because the moon does deal with your instincts and a certain path to take, you know, things that are unconscious, any illusions, subconscious, your intuition, and possibly some anxiety. And this could be you or someone in your immediate environment, a Princess of Wands that came out in the reverse. And the Princess of Wands also equivalent to the Page of Wands. Some sort of confusion, miscommunication, or conflict. And this could be like, you know, an energy of like a person. It could be just an entity. It could be a corporation. So this, you know, reflecting back on this conflict with this, but I feel like this could be a person for you, this Princess of Wands. And this could be pointing to like a conflict between two feminine energies. Like I feel like the Princess of Wands might be a little erratic, a little like I feel like this is the type of energy that likes to it's to evoke trouble, looks for trouble. And the Princess of Cups, you know, with the Princess of Cups, like looks at this Princess of Cups as an opportunity to do that. Like cause emotional upset in some way. The Four of Pentacles came out in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in this pre-reading, this pre-shuffle type of deal I did here, I think deals like this is talking about control, or, you know, standstill of emotions with this Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, actually, I had to redo the shuffle because in the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces, came out twice. It wanted to come out, and so in this reading, I definitely left it there. But the Four of Pentacles, it's like a stand. So that's the first, you know, part. I feel like this might be like either two separate incidents or two separate timelines, two separate people, the Princess of Cups and the Knight of Cups in the reverse, like this Pisces energy, the Knight of Cups. Like a standstill with this fantasy. So there could be some sort of illusion wrapped around a situation concerning a Pisces, or like emotions on some level that you might need to just be aware of. But I show you giving up. Like it just, the Nine of Wands, you know, just saying, you know what, screw it. You know, or being reluctant maybe to deal with it or to even address it at this particular time. All right. So I also want to pull a Black Moon astrology card. I just felt called to use that deck with this particular reading. just to get an idea of moving forward, how these energies are going to tie into the Venus in retrograde period for you. So we have the Jupiter card, 7, abundance. Now, like I said, this particular retrograde should be affecting your 9th house. And your 9th house, again, deals with like foreign travel, goals, direction, and I believe that would be Sagittarius, the 9th house. It's not Sagittarius energy, but it's got that an influence of Sagittarius. That element within the world we operate in. And Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, which is the abundance. So like I said, it's, if you're a Taurus rising, Jupiter would definitely, I feel like it's going to be prominent, just because of the simple fact that this is occurring in your 9th house. Because that is where Capricorn is for you. So I'm trying to look in this book for this deck, because I know that if I pull up the book, I can extract all of the pertinent information and make this reading as useful as possible, which is what I aim to do in the first place. If I could just find the freaking page. But it does have an index, so why am I fighting with it? Okay. Jupiter abundance. Okay, so the lips of the wise are as the doors of a cabinet. No sooner are they opened, but treasures are poured out before thee. Akhenaten. So this talks about, abundance. It talks about good luck, obviously. And this card corresponds with the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card that comes after a Hermit mode, which is actually service, because that's 6th house energy, which is Virgo. So you come out of that energy with some sort of, I feel like, good karma in order to spin that Wheel of Fortune. And yes, okay, which is gonna give you luck, growth, and fated events. So there could be some change in luck, fortune, a higher sense of purpose, and feeling a fulfillment, achievement of goals, inner and outer peace during this time period for you. And especially if, you've been taking the lessons that we were called to do when Venus went into retrograde in Gemini back in 2020. And I'm not, if you're not familiar or aware with astrology, Saturn was in retrograde for a good period of that time, went back direct, and then went back into retrograde. And I feel like Saturn just kind of, looks at your lessons. Saturn is a teacher of sort. It's the karmic energy. that shows us what we need to do, what needs to be done in this lifetime to, you know, cultivate and grow our soul. It's like one of my favorite sayings. What for, you know, the reason why things happen when we lack depth and perception. Trying to gain a more well-rounded or even grounded perspective, why things happen to us. So, with Venus in this house, I feel like there will be lots of good fortune. You may come into some money. You may give someone money. You may find value in your religious or spiritual beliefs, a spiritual quest. Astrology could be prominent for you. Being more open, being more tolerant. The colors violet, purple, and royal blue. You may connect with dogs, horses, and the farm. With this particular card coming out in your reading, Taurus. All right, so in terms of love, because obviously we're talking about Venus going retrograde in Capricorn, and I do feel like that is going to be like a karmic review or some sort of results karmically about that. What would that be like? So we're talking about like major changes. And anytime Venus and Pluto come together, so we got to pay attention to the red flags. It's like there could be like intense sexual energy and attraction between you and another person. Some sort of possessive energy, which is karmic. This could even be a Capricorn. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. All right, so we got there, Taurus. And that was just the pre-reading, like the pre-energy. It's good stuff. Just the shadow period for Venus in retrograde. So now we want to get into the good stuff, the meat and the bones. And this one's probably going to be longer for anybody. 7 of Cups in the reverse. The Star. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords in the reverse. 10 of Wands in the reverse. King of Swords and 2 of Cups in the reverse. Alrighty. Let's light a little bit more Palo Santo, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay. So the Ten of Cups here in the reverse. I feel like there's some sort of warning. warning or like a maybe like a false expectation from the star. The star is Aquarius. This doesn't have to be a person, okay? It could be a person, which if it is, in relation to a person's energy, I feel like this could be an Aquarius, a friend, because, and I say that, and I want to make it clear that for me, the star represents that Uranian energy because it is Aquarius, which Aquarius also rules the 11th house. Friends, social groups, clubs, hopes and wishes. The themes of life that are Aquarian in nature. So, and then the Four of Pentacles again for you, but this time it's in the upright. And I feel like that would be regarding security. So there might be some sort of like a deception or something that's not quite what it seems with this star, with this ideal about security or like a limit or so of some sort. Security or limit. And the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Wow. This could be you as a result of this particular energy that you experienced during this time. This is a 4-month period that Venus is going to be in Capricorn. So this could be right away in, it could be later on, a few months from now. But the Queen of Swords in the reverse, like maybe you becoming distant as a result of this, or, being not so nice with the words that are coming from your mouth. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse is like, maybe being burnt out or overburdened by a King of Swords energy. And the King of Swords obviously represents Aquarius, the star. So this Aquarian energy. Let's see if we can't get some clarification. This, like I said, this could be a person. It could be a corporation, an entity. It doesn't necessarily have to be, romantic. A Princess of Pentacles, to clarify, this King of Swords. Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. So it could be just like this. The Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. It's like this lazy air sign that's affecting you. And there's just like a lazy communication, not saying enough, not saying what needs to be said. So that it could, certainly be Aquarius, but it could also be a Libra or a Gemini, because swords represents air, causing the Two of Cups energy to be in the reverse. causing some sort of tension. And it could have been just a conversation that you had with this person, or that you're going to have with this air sign, or this someone who is a friend or represents, like, I feel like it is a masculine energy. In regards to money, Four Pentacles, which is material. So it could be like about children. Sometimes I feel like, children are the material manifestation of, our subconscious. And maybe just like, I don't know if this is avoidable. This person could be, Aquarius or have Aquarius in their chart as well. But the Two of Cups in the reverse. You guys just aren't able to get along for some reason. Yeah, there's like, some sort of imbalance here. You guys don't really trust each other. It's like, words, lots of words, thoughts, like. So what could we do about this during this retrograde in Capricorn for Venus during this time? What can Taurus do in regards to this situation during this time? Ten of Cups with the Knight of Cups. After you come out of being in your head too much. Okay, so maybe this is not necessarily in regards to what you could do about, it could be. You would know better than I would. Moving forward from this situation, I feel like this is between you and another person, like this air sign. Ten of Cups. Like, it's this is the this is love, this is satisfaction, harmony, emotional fulfillment, with the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces, and Eight of Swords. And I feel like with this particular deck, like the Eight of Swords, to me, always once you, like, take off the blindfolds is, to me, what this is, saying. Like, she could do that. Her hands are free. And maybe stop over analyzing. There's way too much, like, way too many thoughts here that are, could be destructive. So get out of your head, basically, in regards to that particular situation. I feel like that's a pretty positive. Let's see if we can get some more clarification. I kind of want to just leave it there, but I feel like there's more we could find out in regards to this Ten of Cups with this Knight of Cups once you come out your head. Like, what can we expect once Taurus comes out of their head in regards to this Ten of Cups with this Pisces? What do you want us to know? What do you want us to know for Taurus? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So yeah, I feel like if you just open up, be more playful, stop being so serious, get out of your head. You could see that come into fruition with this Piscean energy. Okay, Taurus. Well, that was lovely. I also want to pull a power, personal power deck for this Venus retrograde period. I can change my thoughts. And I have a higher purpose. One more. And be confident. All right, honey. Well, if you like this reading, feel free to share, subscribe, of course, like the video, and, you know, spread it about. Get me back in that algorithm. And I thank you for your time, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful Venus in retrograde. Looks like you could. Looks like, you know, obviously, I feel like a lot of these things are, you know, it's up to us. It's our own free will. But until next time, I'm out.